Michigan State starts up the season on Friday night as they take on Western Michigan. Second season for Jonathan Smith. This team has not made a bowl game since 2021.
Crazy.
That was a great team. The Kenneth Walker year was absolutely fantastic in East Lansing, but since then they have not come close to that. Do you think that this is the year that the Spartans could find themselves in a bowl game? We were talking about the quarterback situation. They have a quarterback with already another year under his belt in Aidan Chiles. He's got a couple of transfer receivers. The offensive line, everybody says, coming out of East Lansing, is better than last year. Could the Spartans make a bowl game this year?
Could they? Yes.
Yeah.
I think that they will. And like we just said last segment, it's hard to know anything about a college football team, but when I look at the schedule and I look at how Jonathan Smith's time at Oregon State went, I do think that he will get Michigan State to a bowl game this year. They kind of have to start 3-0 to get there. They have to win those first 3 non-conference games, but if they can do that, I think they're on a good track.
I just hope to God they're good this year. College football is just so much more fun when Michigan State is in the mix.
Yeah. That's true. I think, it all comes down to Aidan Chiles, obviously. And from what I've been reading, like he's ready to make that jump. I mean, he was a very high risk, high reward player last year, had some really good moments, especially in clutch time. But then he turned the ball over at a high rate. Can he clean that up this year? If he makes any progress in that category, Michigan State's going to be a lot better.
I think if you look from your standpoint about the turnovers, he was a big play waiting to happen in so many times. Always. For the good and the bad, for the good and the bad. And it wasn't just picks. It was fumbles. Like he had a tough time hanging on to the ball. Third down, they've got to be better in that regard too. But they went out and got some more wide receivers, adding to Nick Marsh, who was just he was the player, the kid out of River Rouge. He was the player for Michigan State last year. You get him again for another season. But you look at Aidan Chiles, the first half of the season to the second half of the season, he got better in the turnover department. Like he was taking care of the ball. He wasn't just saying, "Oh, look, I'm going to try to make a play. I'm going to try to do too much," and then it ends up losing the game. I think once he has a year under his belt, because also you brought up Oregon State. That's where he was before this. And the jump from what Oregon State was playing to Big Ten football, that's a big jump. And I think that now that he's gotten a taste of that, it'll be
And think about what his college career has looked like so far. Like true freshman year at Oregon State, obviously there's going to be a lot of mistakes there. And then his first offseason as a college football player was spent jumping with his coach to an entirely new team, that a program that was seeing all this overturn. So he really hasn't had a settled offseason until this year.
And we brought up expectation for Bryce Underwood. Michigan State had expectations for him.
Yes.
Last year at this time, people thought that he was the missing piece. That here we go, we've got a dual threat quarterback. That's a lot of pressure for a guy moving schools, coming into this type of situation. I think from a comfort level, he'll be much more comfortable this year.
Yeah, it is him. It is him and the receivers, though. That's the key, because that's the strength of this team. If Chiles and those receivers, led by Nick Marsh, they have to be dominant, and if they are, Michigan State could be,
And he's got to have time to make something happen too.
Yeah,
I mean, the starting 5 up front has got to be good. Yeah. But we were bringing up bowl game. I was looking it up. The odds say that they are at 5.5 over/under for wins. Wow. So if we're going off of that logic, we're taking the over on that.
I think we're going to be seeing Michigan State in the Pop-Tart Bowl this year. Book it.
Book it.
Book it.
Michigan State in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Love the Pop-Tart Bowl. Or the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Who doesn't? Should be a college football playoff bowl. That's it. Could you imagine?
Getting ready to play a playoff game and you have to watch a bunch of people massacre a person in a Pop-Tart uniform.
The best part of the college football season, Derek.
It is football time, clearly, if we're already talking about the Pop-Tart Bowl. Thank you for joining us on DSP. We will see y'all next time.